This camera is taking such nice pictures. I want to just film everything for you today. May 1st, 1776. Adam Weishaupt, he was a Jesuit. He created the Illuminati. Lekker, lekker. I trust everybody knows that today. I'm having a wait for our very first YouTube subscriber coming to have a visit here at the homestead. Didn't we say the orange run through the Thursday? Some more orange. We have Frank here. Frank finally visited us. Hi,
Hello
Frank.
together.
You want to tell us where you're from?
I'm from Germany.
All the way. And we're planning a big project.
Yes, maybe you see me on the news channel. I plan a huge permaculture project in Namibia too. So I hope I can start in the next 1 or 2 years.
And I'm giving all the advice I can give to Frank. And Frank gave me this. So you know what I'm going to do with this? Isn't this flower much prettier now? Let's see if I can walk and talk and have a film. So just quickly to check up, Anton was busy with the fence today at the camp. Just some other small news. We got a little bit of rain yesterday, but nothing to mark on the board. It is just 0.5 millimeter. So let's go check quickly. So Anton got a pole in there and the cows were pushing this corner pole post over. I see he made a plan there with that skew support there. Okay, so here he must continue tomorrow. He's got this all here. So I trust tomorrow he might be able to finish this. It's not too much work left. How pretty are these flowers now? It's not the tool, it's the operator. Hey, it's the operator, not the tool. Look how big that macatan is getting. So thank you very much to everybody for all your support. And thank you, Frank, for the new phone. I hope we're all gonna enjoy better bush TV's now. Anubis, ek het 'n nuwe telefoon gekry. Kyk hom, kyk hom. Now we can see this in full HD. Thank you, Frank. That's just a random mushroom coming up here on the Food Forest Friday on our Namibian Food Forest homestead. The chickens are enjoying this camp a lot. Papa, he's also moving around now. And Anton is almost finished here. It's looking a lot better now. My old camera, I don't think it did justice to Bunny Towers. Frank really loved seeing it. So let's see if another shot. And the little guy is helping me out here with the watering. And there's the bunkers down below. Still need to make a plan up there. I bought the roof sheets with your coffees. So thank you very much for that. So we got roof sheets to cover this up. It's just a mission to get up there. And I think next month or so, Anton might attend to that. In the effort to provide Frank with some good advice, it made me think about a few things. And so yes, if you're starting out, especially in Namibia, some Zemenia, that's gonna work quite nicely for a living fence. As I understand, this is also a nitrogen fixing tree. It's got nasty thorns, but it grows in very harsh conditions. So definitely one, if you're further down south, to get growing there. These hospital are too far Jathrop bellyache bushes. They self-seed quite nicely for some biomass chopping and dropping. I didn't tell Frank about these. With minimal irrigation, you get quite a lot of nice fruits, and it's a lot of biomass for changing the soil. And then, if anybody knows these flowers, they're very tough and self-seeding, looking like little sunflowers, and very lovely. Yesterday I was looking for a third orange in the garden, and there it is. It's bougainvillea. They're also very drought tolerant. Also moringa, it really does not want a lot of water. Trying to get some sugarcane leaves to start a fire, and I see these termites are really getting to my sugarcane now. Eish. There's no TV like a bush TV. Just some good old porridge. Getting a bit of spoils for the weekend. Boo is getting some veggies together for the porridge for the ducks. They even got some zucchinis in there. Anton is finishing up the fine details, getting the wire sorted out everywhere. Here we don't have much difference in performance between those planted up high and those in the trench. And then Anton must come here and just give this spaces a final clean up. You definitely want to stay tuned for tomorrow if all goes well and according to plan. We're gonna see the struggle to get this into place. Can it be done? Will the plan work? Will the tractor and the trailer fit in here to assist us? Will all the guys be available? We'll see. Here's some sorghum coming along now finally, and there's some corn, but I doubt we'll have any substantial harvest from the corn. So really all over, this is our soil condition. It's rock hard clay. It's clay, like that. It was like that everywhere here. Here is some sand from construction, but I want to show you the difference that these gooseberries make. So we don't chop and drop much, even no compost at all. It's just some plants that we plant that they do the job of changing the soil. From clay, this periwinkle does a very well job, very good job. It's much more sandy now, and just let the plants work for you. That's free labor. And of course mulberries grow well almost anywhere, everywhere. So yes, starting a food forest, it's a big endeavor and all that, But the point I really wanted to get across is get trees growing wherever you are, and it's really so much forgiving. If you are busy, you can't water it, don't stress about it. The tree can chill for a day or two. If you plant now, in 5, 6, 7 years, just see. I think the tag of invasive species is just to scare you off from having an easy way to start a syntropic agroforest and permaculture food forest. Even here in the open, the soil is still wet from the other day's good rain. So for today, the pond got a bit of water, and luckily for the weekend we don't have to water all the trees. Turning deserts into forests. Frank is a bit of a psychopath. He says he doesn't want to start a food forest. He wants to turn a piece of desert into forest. Perfect plant is this mellifera, a good pioneer plant. This is an old gravel area where they were excavating for gravel. So any Namibians, help a guy out with a dream. If you know of about 1,000 hectares that's looking more or less like this, maybe a little bit better for Frank. He's looking in the region of about 300 millimeters average rainfall per year. And yes, 1,000 hectares. If you know, hit us up in the email and we'll see how we can connect all the parties and get dreams growing. No idea how old this is, but this is just nature reclaiming man-made mess. Me and Boo went on a joyride, came to this pond to steal some water lilies for our homestead pond. In the summer, there's so much life everywhere around. Absolutely massive. Our pond island definitely wasn't this lush and overgrown last year. So very much improvement, very happy about it. Hey, these things are still growing here from last year. I had a bit of a lawn here, but it didn't make it. So just before sunset, I've got this planted here, just a little bit, and I wasn't willing to go into the deep water today, so we'll go get the big ones on another time. We got nothing but time, eh?
Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything. And please, if you send a coffee, don't think we're taking it to go on holiday. We're going to go away soon to sort out some stuff we've had planned a long time ago. So stay tuned for season 2 and the end of season 1. Lekker, lekker.
From here at the pond, I really want to preface this video by saying, if words hurt you, if feelings trump facts, please don't watch this video. Thank you. Bye.
Yellow-throated longclaw lives in Africa. The bird I saw is an eastern meadowlark, an American bird. The two of them have striking similarities, indistinguishable in behavior and appearance. But they are completely different species that live on completely different continents and are only related by the concept of convergent evolution. Do you understand?
I think so. I do understand. Okay, well, I might be explaining it better than she did.
She's so smart.
So, they hammer this nonsense in. Correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds a lot like the CIV19, where you tested positive even though you didn't feel anything, nothing was wrong, but they said, hey, there's something wrong, you know. So if they can hammer it in, can I hammer some more things in also? I am very impressed with this camera. I can actually for once take pictures of the stars and you can make out what's going on there. That's the Southern Cross. What are we at? Start of May 2025. Lekker. Faintly there on the western sky, about what, 9 o'clock the evening, we got the Scorpio. So yes, now we're really gonna start documenting things here on the homestead. Lekker. So how much is coincidence and how much is planned and how much is Saturday 1 to 3 day. It's lekker cold here on our food forest homestead. Some nice plants here. These are getting along. Some sugar cane. It's also quite windy and waiting in much anticipation for the people to arrive with the water tower. Although it's a bit late, so it might not happen today. Anton is still finishing up there at the... Let me go show you. For about 2 years, this camp wasn't used much. And so we literally had caracals and stuff going right through this wire. So a few holes to close up still, but we're finally at the end. I came very close to a caracal one morning. I was about there and he was there. I haven't forgotten about the frost wall, but while that clay is drying out, we're going to start here with another campy span, making a camp for little piggies that they can maybe sort out this grass for us. The driveway is going to have to move a little bit. We'll see. Here is a perfect example for you. So what is that? A little bit more than half a meter, maybe 600. And so what? At half a meter, we got this, and then that 100 he dug into his gravel. This poor water tower, it's not destined to happen. Well, not today. A literal elephant got in the way today. But the water tower is what it is. That is just part of trying to do it as cheap as possible. Well, with no extra money, so we gotta wait patiently. Hopefully Monday. This video won't be in 4K, but the previous video, if all goes well, it should be in 4K. And I hope, especially there somewhere towards the end, you'll see why. So I hope all the technologies work together, that you can have a good view of something nice there. Anton is a machine. This is getting along. Soon it's time to knock off, but I got other plans for this guy after lunch. Really want to get going with this, let's call it calendar games, calendar calculations, Gregorian games. Can't? No, we can. First, it's a bit of cleanup duty. And then I'm gonna put some masking tape lines. And then we're gonna put black paint and see if that's gonna work for a blackboard. The masking tape is a bit wet, but we just got enough to make these lines. Where about? Hey, there's a dot. Maybe probably there. I doubt the paint will be enough, but we'll see. Up to there's the line. We got 3.3 meters to wide in weeks and stuff. There's some space for a 8 week week. For now we will be going with 7 days and 13 months, 28-day months, and see with the moons. Call the police, we got escaped convicts here. I don't know how they got out, but they know the area. Papa doesn't, so I guess he's still stuck there. Lekker. A lovely few birds. I hope you heard them. For today, we just opened the water in the swell. Don't you feel like your weeks are too short? How about an 8th day for infinity? Namibia has got these red lines, they call it, with the gates Mururani Ushivelu, where you can't transport meat through, especially from up north down south. So there's some red Namibian lines too, keeping each day separated. The 4K video is taking 4K long to upload, but finally it's the end of the day. So do you know what time it is? It's now lekker time. So would you kindly please enlighten me, if everything is just silly conspiracy, why do I get messages like this? And I can clearly see there's a spider. I can clearly see they're not showing my videos to everyone anymore as they used to. Just after a bit of 201 exposure. Too much light there. Too much light, your eyes will burn. So now it's the lekker time. Hey. Now this looks like something. We're going to graffiti all the empty spaces. Just wait. So we're gonna be back on Monday the 5th of May. 5th of mighty May. It will be the 125th day of this year. And these other guys I'm keeping a track on, an eye on. It will be the 37th day of the year. For them, I guess. So, there we are. Now it's frostwall time. clay. That one, get a light here, fix that. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna add wire, and let's see what it's. Let's see. What time it is? It's Bush TV time. While Boo is watching Naked and Afraid there in the background, do you like watching it too? Do you know about it? It's a lekker show. Anyway, so up there in the corner right is the moon, and there's Orion's belt to the west. Sit down and shut up, Sunday. Hi, and welcome to the pond here at the Namibian Food Forest Homestead. Just a little short, quick bush TV. I'm gonna sit here and shut up. I hear there's a few that like to enjoy the peace here, so it's Mighty Monday, the 5th of Mighty May, here on our Namibian Food Forest Homestead. There's some old history. So the cavalry seems to be arriving. It's gonna be a mighty day.
Ons moet bietjie skuif en so aan.
Is net hierdie groot. Daar is lang touw miskien. Maganga kapito tosubire popule mano. Wizana mpirimonda mu. Wizana mpirimonda usikamene monda. Tatu sindike tupungesi. Sekome.
Daai kop is zwaar. Hulle moet die kop is baie zwaar.
Kom toe nou.
Kom ons sleep hom bietjie. Dit gaan bietjie.
Okay.
Alle die stene.
Okay.
Hy's alright.
Misschien is wat is skeef hier zo. Misschien is het harder of die is dingen. Ons moet zo trekken misschien.
Hier moet bietjie hier kan kom.
Ja. Nou, jullie niet om dingen doen.
Net bietjie. Nog bietjie.
Nog. Ongenikesha umwe na kongenele apata kwa tamala shi hapo na tukwate nyo.
Dan kom hulle met hulle hande onder en druk hulle so op. Dit allemaal moet net gelijk zijn. Hulle moet mekaar kyk nie. Tel op. Lek. Sit julle hande onder. Tel op. Nog. Nog. Oké, wacht. Sak bietjie, sak maar. Oké, nou kom nou wag ons die sneek dan. Loop het om. Gaan nou weer. Ja, net so. Gaan. Mooi.
Hij gaat nou met een force vallen.
Wacht, wat is dat? Oké, gaan allemaal trek daar bij die pijn. Gaan daar zo, gaan trek om. Help daar zo, zet hem helpen.
Nou kan je nou heen.
Wat? Trek.
Biggie. Wow. Klaar.
Oké, ho. Ja. Kom eens kijken nog. Waar moet hij kijken? Kom eens kijken. Maak hierdie
Dankie Lena.
Ja, ek sal die manne van Skal by Gideon vat en hulle gaan by die gat vat.
Now that went a lot easier than expected and a lot quicker. Very happy. So for now, Anton is quickly cleaning out the bases and enlarging this one so that we have some cover there. Yes, dis baie klein. Anton, vat maar nog 'n bietjie af. Dis baie dun. Okay, so trimming here for the cover. And we still got to level it out. It's not 100%. We'll lift it up and just put some things in there. And unfortunately, my plans didn't work. It was a bit more mass and power and effort on these than expected. And so it's only this one that still kept and does his job. If they all were like this, it would have been perfect. And now we gotta make a plan with a ladder. I think for now, maybe just Y20 rebars to hold a piece like this and then one like this, and then you can climb up like that. That would be the easiest and cheapest. Quite windy today. Anton finished the bases. Now he's busy with this again. Later some guys will come and then we'll lift the tower a bit and just level it out. And then Anton's big job starts with filling those bases for us with concrete that he's gonna have to mix himself because the mixer is not available, the one we've used previously. Last winter we didn't have much dandelions growing, but now finally in the summer we got a few, and so the hope is that this winter we'll have a lot growing everywhere. Just to quickly check up on this situation here, Rukiana, moringa and a gooseberry, and then some beans and stuff. They were planted basically just when the rainy season got going, but it was very late in the summer, so the production is very little, unfortunately, and it's already getting cold. Having to wear a jacket this morning. Australian pepper doing very well this year. The chickens don't want to learn to enjoy their camp. A very nice camp. They keep escaping. Papa was back there in the bush yesterday, so they're contained in their bunny lawn cage for this day. Almost lunchtime here. Check all these cool clouds forming today. Also, we're in the process of teaching Anton the whole food forest, all 60, 70 trees. You gotta know each one by name, know where is what, and especially for the watering. He's gonna have to take over the water for us, and yeah, so you gotta learn and see what's what and how long where and where's everything hidden. Now I need to make a plan with getting some wire again. But this camp is coming along beautifully. Anton is doing a really nice job. Taking a bit more time than it should, but it's looking very good, so we'll let it be. The good, the bad, the ugly. We show you everything here on the Bush TVs. I think this wall is gonna be called Icarus now. Yo, I have not the energy for this, but first I gotta go sort out some downloads and uploads there on the internet. But I want to take a quick moment here and tell you that this is a sugar apple, and this cat there's something up with it, just like continuously looking for attention from us. So yeah, all about attention here while we're at the hopefully very end of this Bush TV. I just like to say things once, like I don't want to repeat myself in the Bush TVs and show the same things over and over again. So yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about this once now. There's some things I'd like to share with lekker people that want to see more. So there's a new channel, Namibian Food Forest Homestead, just without the ing. And there you're going to have to pay attention, I think, to the posts, because I will not make that video public, the one some people said they would like to see, about my trials and tribulations in the construction industry. So I'm gonna make that video probably a few weeks or months, you know, African soon, TM, time me, we'll see. So if you want and you're interested, I'll link it in the description here for once, just once, and then from there you can hopefully find the rabbit holes and find what you're looking for there, if you're interested to see that. Just few other things I don't want to share here per se. Don't want to share perhaps even, but for some, yeah, I want to share. Check it out. Lekker. Soon. Stay tuned. There might be even a selfie. It's a Waterworks Wednesday on our Namibian, turning bushveld into a food forest homestead. Getting to the cement here so that these bases can be casted. We've leveled it out, and now we're gonna bring some more building sand. This is very nice coarse sand, which is perfect for bricks. Anton need to make a few more bricks for me. Okay, so 3 loads of this sand should be enough for some bricks. To sort out this duck pond for Boo, I think we need to put a pipe in there that can drain to the back swell there. And a little bit of sand needed to continue just making a little bit of a cement apron here at the storeroom. The white sand is quite far away, so this reddish sand is much closer. We're getting this for Kabasha 2, for the foundation there. I must add, it's very fine sand. I measured it just a little bit more than a kilometer, a little bit less than a mile from the Food Forest Homestead. What was this? Hey! Just some wild fruits. Doesn't smell sweet. So these trees, they don't grow around there at the Food Forest. It's too clay there for them. But they're very nice quick growers that don't need water, but they want sand. The canopy layer that naturally forms here is about what? At max 8 meters, I guess. So Lucina for planting a canopy layer, that seems my only choice. The pips are blood red. I guess that means it's dangerous. The guy says it can't be eaten. Some building sand for Kabashu 2. We're gonna make a foundation, and then I want to use those metal lip channels, one above the ground, and cast the foundation that much above ground, and then that should keep the moisture out of the clay walls. These are flowering lovely. We planted them here. Walking back to the car, I think the guys are finished offloading. Do you know how lucky it is to walk past this thing and see it standing? So we're walking past it together now. I hope you feel it. Lekker. Despite these cacti being planted so deep, well, it was backfilled moss. They're doing alright. The cows destroyed one and the one died, and I'll come plant more here in due course. So yes, that's a wrap of the end of summer, I reckon. I doubt we'll be getting any rain anymore. So that 30, it was the last. Pro sound effects in 3, 2, 1, boom. That 30 millimeters, I see it's not so long ago. It's the final last straw it was for the frost wall. Too much rain and we were building it too quickly. Getting the shade net ready here. Time has run out. For now we got the curtain up. I hope it will help a bit. So, what are we at? The end of season 1. End of summer 2025. Stay tuned for season 2. In the end, the bases aren't looking so bad. So the waterworks is underway. I hope the job isn't wanting to make Anton cry. Hard work, mixing concrete. The base is 1 by 1 by about 300 deep. So a third of a cubic meter in about 2 hours. Not bad. He had help from the little guy with water. Ish. Begin naby. Plenty of time in between seasons. I hope to catch up with all the important bush TVs. I'm gonna link them below probably. Lekker. And contestant for the biggest grower for the rainy season is definitely this banana. It's a Williams. It's the long banana. We hope. It looks like it. I haven't had a proper fruit harvest from it yet. Lekker. And some lemongrasses performed very well. So psychological operation, do not watch a Bush TV Day 313 is really one you should be watching if you can. And then an important one would be 42, and then 44, and then 420. Lekker. While waiting for Anton to mix there so I can record it. There's the moon. There's the sun. I've read some comments on YouTube from people, not on my videos, other videos. And they said they never or can't remember in old years seeing the moon during the day. But I can tell you for one, from 2015, 2018 at least, I've really started paying attention to the moon. And you do see it a lot during the day in Africa, here where we are. What's that? This is just past 4. Lekker 420, I guess. I wanted to document is that the moon is coming up earlier and earlier. It started there. You could see it in the evenings, 6 o'clock or whatever. And then there, and then there, and then there. And now it's there. Last full moon, the moon was right about there, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was there. So this full moon will be, it will be coming up there about, I predict. Yeah, no, obviously I think it will be there. So yeah, it moved quite a bit in 2 weeks. Lekker. So they are at about 6 o'clock, I think. Sun is about to set. There's the moon. Definitely, if you could see the curve is the wrong way. A very nice sunset here from the pond. The water tower is a much better marker, but this has been my marker always. There's the evening star. What's that behind the curtain? Could that be season 2? No, it's the start of winter 2025. So a car just arrived for me. A different crisis and emergency every other day. So you see, lekker.
Look, I'm at least 8 years ahead of the curve, so if you see 33 in about 8 years, then you know that's
Stay
33.
tuned for more. I really hate wearing these jackets, really. When you climb into the car, no. When I'm in a hurry, I just slide my phone in there. And then when I climb into the car, it's the perfect angle for the phone to fall out. Waterworks Wednesday. It fell out and I drive over my phone. Although the quality is much better than expected, it's still working. Now here I'm totally lost and confused. I'm not sure if that one above the Makalani is the evening star. I think so.
There's this conspiracy theory that says they don't want you to film the moon, and this camera really don't want to focus
It doesn't want to record proper, But there on the right you can see is the shadow of the ball earth making a shadow that is looking the opposite of a ball there on the moon. Orion's belt is a bit more to the right today. Moved north. It's 2025 and this is the nonsense that we got to document.
Gates is backing the first high-altitude experiment of one radical climate change solution, creating a massive chemical cloud that could cool the Earth. It's called solar geoengineering, and it's highly controversial.
Basically midday, a quick walk through the bush here. I want to say thank you for watching and thank you for all the likes and comments. And thank you very, very much for all your coffees. It really does help a lot. Paying Anton's salary, buying wire for the camp there, paints, everything, a lot of things. Thank you so very much. And soon we're going to buy some nice trees. Unfortunately though, they won't be 30 Namibian dollars each. And subscribes and shares and new subscribers welcome. I see these all the time, new ones, although old ones are going always. So like I said before, just doing what I have to do, saying what I have to say, just doing my job. I didn't really want to make yesterday's Bush TV, but in the end it was 6 May, so that's a 5-6. It's a big one. I'm sure there will be some nasty news also. Not that I have time for that. That was previous years. I've proven that to myself. So I guess it's now your time. Check the news. There will be something about 56. Pretty sure about that. Anyway, so right here at the very end of this Bush TV, I'm adding Choose Life Tuesdays video here at the end. So yeah, it is what it is. Forgive me. Yeah, anyways, enjoy and thank you for watching and thank you for being lekker. It's not about being negative. Yes, is there really a thing like thinking too much? Like, has anybody ever died from thinking too much? I don't want to hear about thinking too much. Like, time to start thinking a bit, I think. And yeah, there's no need to see everything that's the truth as negative. The truth is the truth. It is what it is. A lovely piece of Tamboti forest. Bye for now. Cheers. Lekker. Choose Life Tuesday. Not gonna be much of a Bush TV day, I think. But I want to show you. This is African guinea fowl. I see there's a few babies. So this is the second bunch I've seen this morning. Welcome to the Namibian side of our food forest homestead. For us, there's unfortunately nothing like quickly going to the town to get something. It's a 3-hour endeavor always at minimum. Just a boring road, but notice the green. I'll record this again in like 2 months or so, then it's not gonna be so green anymore. Oh, and we're obviously driving towards the food forest because you can see there's no clouds. Now look at that straight line there on your right. Anton is doing a very proper job here. So he's finished with that line. Now he's gonna start with these. Quite late in the afternoon. I almost went to start with the frost wall, but I have some administration work to do, so lekker, we'll see what happens next.
If you have enough data and you have enough computing power, you can understand people better than they understand themselves, and then you can manipulate them in ways which were previously impossible.
And that is exactly what this document talks about. In 1979, the 25th anniversary of W3W against us all. Lekker. Is it a PSYOP or an industry? Just like electricity, that's how they calculate stuff about us. So there it is, ignorance. That's a key tactic. They want you to be ignorant. So is it lekker to be ignorant when they want you to be ignorant? Just like pause and read there, okay? It's like you should have known about this long ago. It's not time to fight back, for real. Get going. Get going with long-term planning, especially. Think a long game. They're working on a very long game. How much is coincidence? And how much do they plan? There's profit in confusion. It's really the time where you want to make some silly comments and have no idea what's going on. The least you can do is watch HOMESTEAD 313. I see scarcely a few people watched it. It's not so difficult to find it. An education system where basic notation is very difficult. We got a little spider here at the pond. Can't catch it lekker. So, I see a few comments about removing this. No, I don't want to remove this. It's the first time this pond is looking like this. Last year it wasn't like this. It's such a mission to get old photos, if I even took some. So for now, I'm gonna let it grow. That's the philosophy here. We just leave things and let it grow. It's the first few years still. We pruned a few trees, and that was the biggest mistake we made. And we didn't actually want to prune them. So, first few years, just let things grow. Wild. So we are gonna turn this into a bush TV. This is a small wall I made one day. I wanted to get a pig, a bush pig, and so it's just like the clay from the pond, and it held up all right. The cow scratched against it, and so it fell over a bit. We still got some wildflowers around. It's about 2 weeks, I think, since the last rain. No activity here at the beehive yet. Not that I can see. So I think I'm gonna take old honey that we have and ferment it and then come put it in here. I see that's a very, very old way of getting it done. I think you can see those rocks there. It's at the pond. So firewood is just a matter of getting it here on the tree. Lekker. So there's the piggy hide, and this tree will soon have no leaves, and then we stress for a lot of months if it will ever get leaves again and look like this. And I wanted to show you, there's the moon. So I guess we're gonna turn this into a bush TV night. It's like decoding reality. No wonder the word coincidence. It's not even in the KJV Bible. It didn't exist that time. It existed actually 6 years before the KJV released. So no reason it shouldn't be in there. Doesn't it make you think? Finishing up this video around lunchtime the next day. I wanted to take some pictures last night, but the moon was hanging too high, too bright, too late. And I had a real struggle trying to align that middle star of Orion's belt exactly in the pyramid there. But there's a nice shot. It's about exactly 3 meters something steps away from the water tower. So yeah, we'll see how Orion moves. And thank you for watching, and thank you for being lekker, and thank you for all the support and ideas and stuff. I believe there's a bigger plan we can all make together. I don't have all the answers. I don't have the master plan, but I think I got a big part of that. I've been spending 25 years thinking about this at least. The ignorant idiots that want to ignore everything and don't want to understand that everything is one thing. Due to the CI and the Locky Downies and all that lekker fun things that we all had to play, a lot of people started chopping down trees to make charcoal to export it. So tell me how that is nothing to do with permaculture and freedom and food and the future. Figuratively speaking, I got a small army camp here. These guys are really not asking for much. They live in plastic 6 months, 8 months a stretch, chopping trees like that in 10 minutes time. We can get them to be more productive in chopping trees. Compared to Bush TV Day 7/5 Wednesday yesterday, there is the sun. We're about 24 hours later, 20 minutes past 4:20 now. It's much fuller, obviously, because it's growing on its own, not dependent on the sun and whatever the sun is reflecting off the earth and what. How obvious does it need to be? I drove past so many animals today. There were some monkeys along the road somewhere, and yeah, quite a few things, but couldn't get them on the camera. Just a bit of bush TV there. Nice trees. I can't believe it. 2 weeks ago I couldn't drive here. I showed it in the beginning of one of the Food Forest Fridays not too long ago. It was full here, and there was some cows coming there. I talked about the swells that could be made here. It's not our place, but yeah, the water is gone in this sand area, but maybe 20 kilometers or whatever away, I know some clay pans nearby to the food forest, and they are still full of water. So clay is good. Clay is good. I had a very fun day in town. I went to this one amazing shop where, you know, It's all good and friendly and hello, hello, hello. Just don't look at the prices, because no product and no price fits together. Like if there even is a price on the shelf. And yes, don't order in bulk, because our system is totally not working. Because if you think you have 10, we maybe only have 2. So yeah, but everything is very good. Thank you very much. It's just good, good, good. While walking out of there, there's just one thought that crossed my mind. You are not serious. You're really not serious. You're not serious. You know, I have to wipe my behind when I walk into your shop. But you don't wipe your behind. No price match there. Nothing's right there, you know. You're not serious. You're not serious about anything. So really, F off. Here is for the lekker skapies. We are serious as F. Anton went so quickly through the blocks with watering that on this Food Forest Friday we'd rather not water anything. It is starting to get cold. The ground is still wet. Anton, we're digging a mini swale here. If you watch Boo's Let Us Go Green episode, which will be out soon or was out long ago, we'll see. You'll see an issue here with this grass. So for now it's just a deep trench. Hopefully in a month or so we'll get some piggies for this camp and the wires and so on. But so yes, this camp is progressing, and Anton is there on his way to the water tower base number 3. I don't know if you could hear that bird, but as the winter starts getting colder, you start to hear new types of birds. The bases are looking nice. A bit of child slavery here on the homestead. What shall I pay this little guy for his help? These bright red ones caught my eye once again this morning, and it made me think about some news I saw yesterday. Lekker. From this side, the Makatani is easily bigger than a soccer ball. Almost half a meter long there. Lekker. So if and when we do get our piggies, I want to also have them in this camp for a while. I don't know, I'm just not happy with the soil here. And I don't have the material to come chop and drop and mulch. You know, with termites, they just destroy the mulch so quickly. A lot of bee activity here. So I hope the pigs can sort out this ground for us also in due course. And the type of pigs, it's not normal pigs, it's a different type. Some people have them here in Angola. I saw them walking around wild. Well, I guess it's people's pigs that's walking around. But they are quite small. So, not those big pigs. Little small pigs. Here at the back of house, future kitchen of Boo, we got what looks like our very first papayas on the homestead. Weird, there's not even another one close by. The only other one flowering is on that side of the kabashu. So very interesting. Look at all the termites. They really don't give anything a chance. This pole was dropped here like what, 2 days ago. Let's go check. Anton's busy with the concrete. So that's the third base done, basically. A bit of training underway so that Anton can look after these gardens for us. We got a few visitors. Lots of gooseberries this year. A little snack on the Food Forest Friday. Yay! Anubis in particular loves this new setup. We're here in the storeroom, and a termite can turn anything into a Food Forest Friday. I don't know what they came to look here for, but they think here's food. When we built the storeroom, finances were a bit tight. It cost something like $250 for poison. So we actually put chlorine in the floor, a lot of it. We heard that works, but that didn't work. I put some other poison also on the floor, in between the chlorine or with the chlorine. But yeah, so we're at 9 May and we're putting some other strong poison again. Let's see if that can keep them out. How strong is the poison? Well, supposedly just 1 drop in a bucket full of water. I put about 3, 4, 5, 6 drops. Who's counting here? I came here to wait and thought I'm gonna have a nice shot and a moment to say you know what time it is for sure. But it is now 4:20 and the moon is not out yet. Can you guess the time now? It's 20 past 4 and there's the moon just on the... About 4:20s later. No, that's actually 3:20s. It's 20 past 5. And for frame of reference, the sun usually sets here at about 6 o'clock. 7:30. It is quite dark. I saw a comment, can't remember exactly by who. Would my fist make enough of a ball there? Well, there's the shadow of a ball on another ball. I got to document this. This is so funny. In 2025, about, give or take, 3 decades. Let's say we're documenting this for the far, far future. Like a joke for the far, far future. I was taught that the light from the moon is because of what the sun is reflecting off of the moon, and then that shadow there is the earth shadow that the earth makes. And now we're at 4:20s later. It's 5:40. And the moon has always had the same face towards us. Always, always. As long as I have been alive, for sure. How do you mean I was taught? No, seriously, I was taught by these things, these institutions. They were called schools and universities, and all the smart people, they thought they were very, very smart because they were so much smart with all their educations, degrees and 33s. Things here around the Kabashu grows especially luscious because of all the smoke from the fire. CO2 is good for the plants, obviously, of course. Now Greta Thunberg would like to get some, she and Uncle Klaus wants to get some rules and regulations in place because this is very, very dangerous. What nonsense. It's Saturday morning. We're running a bit late, but guess what time it is? Lekker time. These oaks are moving to a new food forest. So that's a very, very good bye for these two. And I hope they're gonna enjoy their new home and make a lot of babies. Bye, Nubi. Ta-ta. Hey, can you guess what time it is? Road trip time. On the way to the food forest of Namibia. The new. I hear there's some different pronunciations. Lekker the now. Here we come. A quick one, if you can see. This is what the charcoal industry produces. There's absolutely no big trees left anywhere at all. There's a solo. So I think that's why this country doesn't have big trees. And so it's all done in the name of making space for more grass for the animals. Which is all good, but I mean, is it needed to do that to the whole land? A little bit of Grootfontein there. Lovely flamboyant trees here in the middle. So I'm a stickler for spelling and pronunciation and stuff, really. It's just, you know, there's so much low respect everywhere, so, you know, what's the respect anymore? But I've come to find out it's not dan nou. In Afrikaans, now means no, and I'm a big fan of now. Go, fast, now. So for me, I pronounce it dan nou, but it's Dano. The emphasis is on the first part. Dano. We're going to visit Dano. On the way to Utawi, you can see those lovely mountains there. We're gonna drive through them now. It's very pretty. So yes, now I trust you can see why I had to make such a rush job out of the frost wall. I had a time limit on my things. It is what it is. So this is the area that's probably getting some of the most rain in Namibia. So you can see lovely bushes and stuff still. We're approaching Combat. It's a small mining town. crossing the valley. As we're on our way to Otjiwarongo, the ground has turned red and the trees, they seem to start getting a lot smaller now. About 50-40 before Otjiwarongo, this area has been so deep bushed, I doubt it will even ever grow back in 100 years. And not red sand like we got at some spots nearby the food forest. This is red clay. Chimap also got that. There's a cement factory. As far as I know, we got 2 cement factories in Namibia. This is one by the Chinese. Busy road today. We're having such a struggle with internet, and here I come into Otjiwarongo and I see you guys got 3 lines of fiber optic next to the road. Lekker, lekker. Not really sure if we are at the right place, but we saw some swales and sunflowers, so it could only be the food forest Namibia. A tree for you. From my forest to your forest.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks a million.
Until our trees meet each other. It really does feel like a food forest here at the now. There's a lot more beans and stuff around. Really a food forest. Quite nice. Look. See. 33. This is my favorite road. It's much drier here. Here's a few nice trees coincidentally where I stopped. But for the most part the canopy layer is much lower here. What I've done for you is put my whole homestead, my name and everything on the line to speak out about some things that can't be speaked out about. I had to dodge a lot of red lines to get it up. It is up. Spend some time. It wasn't just for nothing. My favorite road to probably the least favorite road I have in this country. It's a very narrow road Basically, once a week there's a fatal crash on this road. I see finally it's being widened. Very lekker. Dankie man. Always wanted to build a road, lekker. Riding right into the sun, about 144 kilometers before Swakopmund. Mekon, thank you for those coffees for going to the now. It really helped a lot. Now me and Boo can have some actual coffee for this last stretch of the road. Thank you. Coffee. Thank you, Mikon. On the day I found out it was your birthday, not sure when it was, but happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mikon.
Hopefully you can hear some coastal birds and some coast there in the background. The audio was a bit rough here. We wanted to say, look, it looks like the country has got a blanket on. It looks so cozy and fuzzy. This is new. The surveillance state intensifies. Lekker Namibia. Classic problem, reaction, solution. Bad education, corruption leads to people drinking and driving. And now we have to have cameras everywhere with money given from China. And as we approach the coast, you can't see much. So many bugs on the windscreen. That was a good sign, at least there's a lot of bugs. But it's quite misty. So not much to see, I guess. There's some mountains in the background. 420s, then 420s after 420. Here at the coast, the sun sets much later, so it's still very light out actually, and it's definitely quite a few more than 420s later than 420. It's now about 20 before 7 o'clock. Now we're gonna turn this into a sea TV. No, not the C33 type of TV, no, sea, coast, ocean. Lekker, lekker. So there you got it, a little bit of Namibian coast. Always lovely, especially for us bush people. Dano, the mad lad, I really wanted to gift him the rabbits and stuff, and to say thank you for all he's doing and stuff. And then he come and he gives us these big pumpkins, which is very lovely, thank you. And his wife gave us one of these. It's the one with the yellow dots. We got the one with the white and the red, so we'll make some for her again. Thank you, Dano. We're going here to the Swakopmund State Nursery to see if we can pick up a bargain on a tree or two for the food forest. Not sure if we'll be finding any trees. It looks like they're having more, just a wide variety of different plants, succulents especially. Unfortunately, it seems there's really not much in the term of trees, but these are looking lovely. This tree has got some proper roots. So in the end, Boo decided on these 4 or 5 plants, a new ground cover, and a nice flower.